Greetings in love and kindness, family. I'm Karen Khadija Davis-Foulks, the one and only Conscious Self Healthcare educator and host of the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation radio show. Every Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Community, this is your time to share your wellness stories and how you move from disease care to conscious self-health care. I want to hear your story. We want to hear from you. Join the conversation each Wednesday. Call in and share how you shift out of chronic disease care stress. Right here on InnerLightRadio.com, the healing frequency. This is Dr. K, and I am looking forward to our conversation. So call in and share. Health is consciousness and healing is a function of consciousness. Come on, family. It's time to rock the world with the new frontier of conscious self-health care, while I share my wellness story with you right here on InnerLightRadio.com, the healing frequency. That's right, family. Welcome back this week. Are you doing that deep Kundalini breathing? Wow. You should be dancing today. If you can't do it physically, you got to do it in your mind. High state of consciousness. Thank you for dancing with me today. Thank you for joining me and taking those deep breaths with me. How you doing, family? There's a lot going on around the world. There's a lot of energy people are absorbing. When really they should be sitting back and absorbing their own energies and helping to change the frequency of the world and all the negative vibration that's around them and in their community, because that's what it takes for each one to rise above it all and shine through their own glory. So thank you for coming back and joining me this week. And I love the energetic vibration that I feel from each and every one of you that is tuned in and that listens to the rebroadcast show. And I let you know that permeates through my body through the week, because through the week I feel these vibrations coming into my energy field of the conversation that I've had with individuals, energetically, spiritually, and in person. And it's a beautiful thing when we sit back and we can know ourselves and vibrate to our individual self and then send out that loving vibration into the world. And that's what's happening now. And that's why so many things are being revealed. And so many things are going on, especially where I'm located at in the Washington metropolitan area, where all the politics and all the politricks and everything is happening, and people are really caught up in a lot of dogma information and vibration. And it takes a strong person to sit back and vibrate out. And I live according to a man-made mindset of human consciousness, and that's through divine education. You don't allow yourself to be caught up in a man-made mindset of human consciousness, that education of the world that keeps people separated, but mostly keep you separated from yourself. And that's why, everything I do right here and say in my life, every word out there that's powerful, through the vibration of life, Karen has shifted to self. Because when you put self in front of it and you take responsibility for yourself, you change the vibration of all those words, the negative ones, the loving ones. Words are power. Words speaks truth into your life and into your surroundings. And with every word you take, you're taking that deep breath. So you got to sit back and you got to relax and see how you're treating yourself. And when you treat yourself good and you feel good and you feel better, you vibrate that out into the world, and it makes a big difference. You cannot let what is going on in the world get you stagnated. You can't let it get you that way. You see, that's how I got stagnated in my body. I'm an onthologist. I teach cellular ecology. I share information that empowers you not to let your body get stagnated. But sometimes when there's a little tricking going on in your life, you can get stagnated, but you can't stay there. You got to know what's causing those imbalances in your life. And it's really you trying to deal with everything on the outer instead of truly working from the inner and vibrating what you want in life. When you see that distraction out there and it's really got you going, you can't fight with it. You can't struggle with it. Same thing I was sharing with y'all a while back when I was saying what I went through in corporate America, trying to fight for a position and fight for this because I got this and you don't have a degree and how you get so far up and people saying this and all the secretaries on the accounts. Well, I got more experience than her. I got more education than her. How did she get this position and stuff like that? You can't fight none of that. You just got to do yourself and do yourself proudly. Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, the one and only Conscious Self Healthcare educator, the host of this Conscious Self Healthcare Hour Conversation radio show, gives her power to no one. No one. I'm so thankful for the parents that were in my life, the parents that brought me here through planet Earth, their journeys on life and how things align. And we all have this special gift of vibration and feeling and knowing, but we get so caught up in the world as our teacher. The world is not your teacher. You are your teacher. You are your educator. Education means bringing that out that's within. And that's what I do with each and every one of you. And that's why I say, come join me on this friendship train. We are on a Harriet Tubman's ride from farmer side, neutral side. All the sides is not a part of your side, your divine side. And only you know what that is for yourself. But when you understand the power of this human body, the power that you have in consciousness and what distracts you from that and what causes the stagnation and the blockages and the cellular malfunctions for you, you'll know how to self-correct them. And that's what this show is all about. And that's what we're vibrating to. When you get into the thick of things and it's looking like it's not what it should look like, not what it is, you got to be the one to shift that energy and that vibration for yourself. And that's the information that we have to put out into the community to support what's going on, and especially what's happening in Washington, D.C. right now. You know, it seems like the African-American community, the black community is in an uproar because now they got all the organizations, they got all the groups, they're doing everything they can to make sure that people are having a quality life and moving better, and you still got this high crime of violence is going on, and everybody want to put it on this person and that person and this organization and that system, but when it really is an individual thing, because people are going to do what they're going to do to create whatever they want to create in this world, but it's how you choose to live in this world amongst all this stuff. But that's why a lot of these things happening, because as they say, this is the age of Aquarius and all truth is coming to light and everything's being corrected. It's a new vibration in the world, a new harmony, and people just have to get in line with it, and everything is showing up. So how is it showing up in your life, family? Are you looking at your life and are you looking around you and what you're giving your power to and what you're focusing on? You have to stop. You have to be still. And you have to look and not react so much and not respond so much. Because see, with all the games that was played in my life over the past 25 years and this so-called illusion of it's not what it looks like, this $1 million game that got so many people involved in it, and when you talk about it, make people think that you're a little bit crazy, that you might be a little bit insane. How can everybody be manipulating things like that? You know about white supremacy. What you better look out for is black supremacy. Because, see, we got a lot of people that get caught up in saying that they're about something other than what they're about, and they're doing the same thing in their own communities, thinking they want to live like the white man. We got to stop. We got to be still. We got to look what's going on. You got to be of a knowing mind. And when you have a knowing mind, you know and you are aware. You see what's going on around you, but you're going to know what you need to do to help shift that vibration. It's like when I was talking to Debbie Ann Littrell Ventura on last week's show about that pebble dropping in the water and let the vibrations go out and shifting that energy. And that's what we all need to be to one another. Because that's what's happening right now, and that's why things are changing and things are showing up so much, and people are getting more and more stressed out and more frustrated. And this crap coming up about mental illness, and everybody want to say they got a mental illness when the whole field of psychiatry has been shown to be nothing but a placebo effect of lies. Because you all going to go through something. But there isn't a drug out there for the brain that's safe, just like there isn't a drug out there for the body that's safe. And because how we perceive things in this world, we get caught up in a lot of things. And if you get too caught up and you're sharing too much good information, you're doing too good, somebody want to shut you down. And the easiest way to shut you down is through this fake ass field of psychiatry. And you have some of the best people in the African American community teaching you about it, telling you how to deal with this stuff. So we got to do what we got to do in love and kindness and move and shift people into a higher ground of feeling, a higher ground of understanding. So I want you to sit back and I want you to breathe into yourself and say what you need for yourself through your own vibration. And what you give in your power to in this world is making you shift out of energy, you know, because we definitely got to shift out of this state of chronic disease, stress that we all are in. So that's why I take these deep, deep breaths as I process and going through things, and definitely what's happening to my life. So people, we can't get excited. We can't get frustrated. We're going to take a station break, and I'm going to come back and talk about just living a peaceful and harmonious life while you're around all this turbulence, and how you can help shift that energy. So take your deep, deep breaths and say good things to you and move your body a little bit through this first commercial break. Thank you for tuning in.
Is it time for a new approach to your health care? Are you ready to leave the dark ages of disease care management and pharmaceuticals? If your answer is yes, get ready to relearn, rethink, and rewrite your personal healthcare prescription plan with Dr. K. She is a certified anthologist and Nest healthcare provider, sharing the new science of information as medicine and cellular ecology. Did you know that the field of epigenetics states that you are more than just your genes, and those genes do not control your biology? Yes, that's correct. Schedule a Skype, phone, or office visit with Dr. K and get on board the friendship train to healthcare freedom. 202-248-7749. That's 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, forselllife.com. The number 4, the word sell, CELLLIFE.com.
We need love and unity that will make a better community. Oh, let's help one another. All of my sisters and my brothers, come on, let's help one another. All of my sisters and my brothers, they show love.
That's what we got to do, fam.
And respect.
We got to show love.
Always remember.
Love, vibration, energy. That's love.
That together we stand.
Vibrational energy. We are all vibrational beings. Have a human experience. We got to understand this. Vibrating on one note of human kindness, of human love that you got to have for yourself. You got to have that love for yourself. You got to feel it in your heart. You got to want it for yourself. It's like Reverend Ike said, a little bit of thinkonomics, people. A little bit of thinkonomics is a way of thinking that gives you the opportunity to learn the truth about yourself. That's what it's all about. That's why I keep saying put that word self in front of that. And whatever you're going through, if you think about self and how you want to be treated, you're not going to do a lot of things out there that brings that distraction, that brings those cellular malfunctions into people's lives and having people think that they got mental illness and what's going on. And just because you don't like the way that somebody is doing something, it's like this stuff that's going on with Trump and what he's doing. This shit ain't no mental illness problem. This is strategy. This is what they call white supremacy. You got it going on in the black community, black supremacy. People know what they're doing and how they doing it and how to manipulate you and how to make you think the same way they manipulate the foods and telling you what's good for you and what's bad for you and how you should be. Wake up. Wake up through self-awareness, self-consciousness, and self-thinking. You got to get past that mental stuff. Okay? You got to go be above that. There's a level above mental. The mental processes of life. You got to learn how to dissect that, how to define that, how to break that out. There's all avenues to this mental process. That's part of the damn game they're using in my life. Trying to say there's a mental issue going on because of the way she talks, because of the way she thinks, because of the way she acts. And because she can follow orders. When your parents tell you that they don't want something done to them in the medical system, you make sure it's not done to them. And of course it's against what they say. And somebody's going to try to use that against you. Some people do it to their own family. I've been sharing with y'all these posts through the week and through the conversation I've been saying. If you want somebody's money, say they got a damn mental issue. And that field of medicine will gladly usher that person in there. And they got to act a certain way. And people put a lot of stresses in people's lives for them to act a certain way. But that's when I tell you, never give your power to people, places, or things. You are in control of your life. You are in control of your life, not anybody else. So citizens, keep a community safe. Citizens, keep a community vibrant. Citizens change the things that's happening in their community when they work together in unity as one. The citizens keep a community safe. So don't y'all start walking away now that's been in these powerful groups that been out here supporting the community and saying what you've been doing for years, because there's a lot of killing going on right now and younger people are dying and dying. You want to walk away and say, now we got to give it to the slave catchers. Y'all better stop that thinking. You better stop that talking, because now's the time for you to stand strong. You've been in your nonprofit supporting the community for over 20 years, for 15 years, for 10 years. Don't stop now and say, because it's a last, it's killing us too much. That's what they want from you. That's what they want you to do, to run from yourself. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't turn our kids over to the slave catchers. Don't turn them over to anybody. Get more in the community, because if it ain't working from your organization, that means you're not being true to it. You was in it for the money. That's what's showing up. If you're into it for the community, you're going to be in the community and it's going to work. You got to work it. That's what Johnny Coleman used to say. You got to work it. To make it work, you got to work it. It's time to work. Self-care, self-love, self-respect, for self-expression. That's why I like when you tune in to me on the Conscious Self-Healthcare Hour Conversation radio show, because that's what I'm doing. What's happening in Washington, D.C. right now with the death of another young child just playing in her neighborhood is happening all over the world. And one small change in energy flow can make a major shift. But you got to stick with it. You got to have that stick-to-itiveness with it. You can't get frustrated. You got all your leaders now saying that, nah, we got to catch them, we got to find them, we got to turn them over. Well, that's what they want. You got to dig deep into the trenches and really help people to understand. And there were people that were doing it. You got to follow their examples. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. You got to follow her example, the information that she left. People don't like Dr. Umar Johnson, but he's straight up. He's telling you about this field of psychology and psychiatry and what it's all about and how they use that, to excuse my expression, fuck with people's lives. Ain't no mental issues. You just having a stress breakdown, meltdown, self-organizing breakdowns because you're so frustrated with stuff. You got to sit back and we got to be taking those deep, deep breaths. And that's what I'm talking about, making conscious self-healthcare moves. Mental observation view is essential for self-success. That goes along with the Conscious Chess Movers program that by co-creator, Brother Muhammadu Malik out of Washington, D.C. is a part of. And we was having a conversation the other day while I'm working on him with this campaign to be a ANC in Ward 8 in the District of Columbia. And also as a part of his Black and Eyes Inc. nonprofit, I run a certain division over there for him. He said, you know, you always change the stuff up. Why you put self in front of that? Because it's always about self.
That statement has evolved over 15 years. Conscious self-healthcare moves. And because of what went on in my life, and the trickery and the traps that people try to do in my life, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, you talk about white supremacy, you better look the hell out for black supremacy. People think they got power over your life, and when you don't fall in line, the shit they try to do to you. So it's about self. I had to work with myself. When you block everybody out from assisting somebody, you got to love and trust yourself. That's why I love my parents. That's why I'm so proud of the parents that I had in my life. Raising us, telling us to love and honor and respect other people, but not over yourself. And not to be arrogant with it, and loving yourself. So I changed it to say self-success. And so that's what it's about, because we're working with youth and we're working with people to give them self-success. And that's learning to love yourself first and not getting caught up and not getting moved by other people's emotions. And all these leaders has been in the community for years with these organizations. And now they talking about we got to do this now because it's too much crime. Y'all evidently we're not processing something right in the community. We got to get in the trenches. You got to get deeper into the trenches and make people really understand and begin to love themselves and honor themselves and not feel like they're a victim. And that's why I love my program and I love what I'm doing. And I'm thankful for my life, the example of my life, of how people can shift their energy. And I tell people, and they talking to me and I'm saying, look, black lives matter, white lives matter, all lives matter. I did a show, in 2016, honoring my brother, Franklin Donnell Davis, crime victim number 285 in D.C. of this kind of violence, black on black crime going on. My brother was loved in the community. He come from a loving family. He was out there trying to help a young black brother because another black brother was bothering him. The brother turned on my own brother and killed him in the back, shot him up with his daughter there. A whole community there. So I know what people are talking about. I know the feeling of them, but that's one of the things that got my mother ticked with me, because you're not going to court. You're not going to do this. And you say you love your brother. That's an unjust system. And what I'm going to do is what I do. Self-care, self-love, and respect. I'm going to stay in the community the same way I am, mother. That's my brother. He was 16 years my junior. I raised him as my child. But yes, he got killed violently. And yes, it's going on. But it's the way that we have to do it to support our youth and what's going on, because yes, it is organized. It is not only organized by white supremacy, it's organized by black supremacy too. And we got to face that, and we have to look at that. So you don't turn people in. We got to talk to those ones that's guiding those kids to do the wrong things. And one of the ways you do that is with programs like we're offering through our Conscious Chess Moves program. And that's why I back up brother with Mamadou O'Malley, because of the heart that he has and the way that he wants to support the community. So he's the only one that haven't been on the show to receive his honor, because he received the Hadari Abdul Ali Award for Conscious Self-Healthcare. Last week we had Debbie Ann Ventura. She was on. She received the Community Visionary Award. She's from out of San Diego, Texas. We had Mama Ayo Handy Kendi on a month ago. No, I haven't put these shows up on my YouTube channel or on my current website channel, because I'm building that Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day website, amongst now helping Brother Mamadou O'Malley run his campaign in Washington, D.C., and organizing Black and Eyes Inc. so we can start back with this chess program in the communities, because of the core values that it teach. And it was very successful in showing people how to maneuver and move through life, move through this quagmire of what's going on, and how we can change our environment by supporting, loving, and helping one another. That's what we have to do. So take a deep, deep breath, and I want to thank you for coming to dance with me. Yeah, my brother left 16. I heard somebody asking, and that's what happens sometimes. Somebody said, well, how long ago did it happen to a brother? Well, my brother was, like I said, was crime victim number 285, 2002. That was 16 years ago. My mother was so upset with me because I wouldn't go through the court systems with her. The people in the community, don't put no balloons on no trees for my brother. Don't make no spaceship graves nowhere for him. He wasn't about none of that. He loved his brothers. He loved the community, and we're about positiveness. You want to support my brother. You want to honor his life. Change your life. Go back to school. Marry your girlfriend. Stop playing games in the community. Take your time. Walk through the process. Get your education. Get your technical training, whatever you want to do, and build your life that way. You want to honor him that way.
He graduated with honors. He took his little break. He was back in UDC. UDC over there said, no, you need to go to Howard. He was on his way to Howard. He was a single parent. He was doing his job. And there's a lot of other youth out there want to do their jobs. And those are the ones we got to connect to. And when we connect with them and we make them stronger, they're going to make the other youth stronger. And a lot of things are going to shift. So family and community of Washington, D.C., brothers of these organizations now saying too much. Don't do that. Don't run and hide. Now it's time to really get in the trenches because they're telling you that you must have been doing surface work. And then you got to get deeper. You got to help them to get deeper. And it only comes through self-respect, self-love, and expression of yourself. And I'm telling you, that's what's going on. We got to relax. We got to take our time. And so on this, what is this? This is day number 18 of the national boycott that's being organized by Humam Abdul-Malik. This is one of the posts that I put out today. I'm like, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. All you got to do is ask Bill Crosby and see what's going on with him and how everything is unfolding and what people want to think about that. But you better look at the surface of it and see what it is. It's time for a change. Build the Black Wall Street around the globe. We are all connected by the black skin. This is why the Black People's Boycott for Life movement of black love, locally, international, and global community is happening now. From July 1st through July 20th, organized by the nonprofit Black and Eyes, Inc., founder Humam Abdul-Malik, and candidate for ANC Single Member District ABO6 is asking for your vote on November 6, 2018, because when he goes into the community, he's going into community with resources. He's getting that position to be told about everything that's available for anybody in the community. And we're going to make sure that you have those resources to help you shift your energy from whatever low state of vibration that you are in. Not going in there for politics and tricks. We're going in there to find out what's really available, what can assist you, and be that to the community to create these neighborhoods again. Because when I was growing up, when we was a neighborhood, everything worked a lot better. People cared about one another. Hell, I couldn't do anything bad if I wanted to. Not that I would disrespect my parents and do anything like that, but if I decided to do something like the one time I decided to cut damn school, who I run into? I ran into one of the leaders in the community saying to me, what you doing out of school, young lady? Why are you not in school? The first time that was a community, the first time I tried to cut class and go from Anacostia to Ballou to be with some friends. Who do I run into? But Dr. Roll Denise Bond's father, the Washington former newspaper. I'm going to never forget that. We got to look at what we're doing, and we got to support our community. We got to get back to community. We got to get back to community relationship. So our hashtag he's calling this 20-day boycott through his nonprofit. And the most of the boycott is really about is learning yourself, getting back to yourself, and working as a unit in our black community, creating that Black Wall Street mentality again. So if you want to learn about what's been going on with that for the past 18 days, just Google pound Black People's POPLES Comedic Boycott HAM, HAM for Humam Abdul-Malik. And anything that you're doing positive in the community, anything that you know about anybody doing positive in the community, anything that can help anybody in any community, just hashtag it with that. If we can get people to just follow the hashtag, we can find ways to support anybody out of any distress that they feel in their life. And it's not to turn them over to the police or to the damn mental system. Because with a little bit of balance in your hormones and eating right and doing correctly and getting that excess fluid out of your body, things will shift. I like India's show today right here on Interlight Radio. She was talking about water. Because I've been telling people for years, from my perspective, what goes in the body to create sickness and distress in your cells is dehydration. Toxicity from the dehydration. The same thing that happened in my body and my mind, but not from me doing anything or the way I eat, because I've been doing things correctly. It was from the stresses that was put in my life, from every individual in my life, and not being supportive in my life.
and being blocked off through social media, being blocked off by my phones. Because why? Karen uses voice over IP lines like mostly everybody else, and anybody can tap into that shit and create any environment that they want for you. But did I focus on it? No. 17, 18, 20 years, and I'm still moving strong and still moving and going on. And it gave me a blessing to teach people that what I've been teaching about healthcare for a long time. Oh, it's damn true how to take care of yourself, because I'm moving through this stroke with ease. You can't even tell that I have one. Only I know through the feeling of my body. People forget. I be around people, they be stalking me on my arm and doing stuff like that because they forget, because they can't see that I'm going through anything, because I ain't crying about it. I understand healthcare. I understand about it. And if you come dance with me and get on board my friendship train, I'm telling you, I don't care if they're saying you got a mental issue all the way down to a toe fungus. We can work to clear it up by giving you the power so you can do it. So pound Black People's Committed Boycott Ham. Let us know what you're doing. Tell us these good stories, what's out there, what you are doing positive for the Black family. Because even though this first round, it ends on the 20th, it does not ever end. The main thing is don't practice these holidays anymore. Don't get caught up. Think in terms, because even though we're saying the Black race, because in the reality of the world, you got to look like that, but you want to be about humanity. But when you collectively support your community that's being destroyed from all avenues and get back to that Black Wall Street and teaching that kind of love, and we build that net again, stuff like this can't happen in our community, because people will start feeling good and feeling better. And they're not going to let it happen. Because you know why they're not going to let it happen? Because they're not going to have the mentality to want to do it and be like that. They're going to want more. They're going to want greater. They're going to want better relationships. And the best relationship is with yourself. Be committed to your own ascension. If others are on a similar path, you can walk together. If not, okay too. Because the path I've been on for a long time, other people wasn't on it. When I started using Nest before it was even developed good and talking about what I was talking about through quantum health and healing, my own practitioners in my own damn community turned against me, saying, what you talking about? And definitely when I started talking about detoxification, that's not really what you want to do to detoxify the body. You don't create stagnation and problem in the body. You build it up. I'm a prime example. I had to build my body up once I had this stroke. I didn't go trying to detox this and detox that. I went to build up my body. And what was the best way I did that? Just do purified water. And let the body adjust itself. That was the beginning. And putting in good nutrition through nutrients. Not through food to get nutrition, not even vegetables. But actually purchasing and buying good nutrition and following what I was doing with the Nest Wellness System, because I'm telling you, it's a powerful system to deal with you individually, your energetic vibration. And that other system that I use, the Max Pulse system that they use in the damn hospital system to give you a damn disease diagnosis and make you afraid and fearful of yourself. I use it the other way around. I call it a self-gnosis test. They didn't want me to have these equipment. That they're going to try to say that Karen tried to pretend that she was a medical doctor, and that's how she got it. But when you look at how they work, they changed. Therefore, anybody that's in almost any field to use those two particular devices, because that's the way it was set up anyway. So I moved through that storm of it's not what it looks like. It's winding down, and whether wind down or not, I know what I need to do to keep moving forward in my life. But one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to be about the Conscious Chess Moves program in Washington, D.C., no matter where I'm at. No matter where I go, because of what it teaches you mentally and how to play this game of chess for survival in your own life. And that means thriving and living in its world. And that's what we got to do. We got to set back sometimes. And we got to take those deep, deep breaths, because there's ancient libraries buried in our DNA. Ancient libraries to help us. The same way I was sharing with Debbie on last week's show as we honored her with the Conscious Self, with the Community Visionary Award. I said, I told her the early part of the week that I had got this vibration saying, Karen, do you remember in 1957 they burned the tons and tons of quantum information that empower people to understand how the human body works. But what that information did was infuse into certain people and help bring about them through their molecule structure. And I was one of them, and I'm thankful for it. That I got that information and that I'm sharing it with the community the best way I know how. And now that y'all have given me this prime example It came through what is stress. And like I say, you can move through it and know how to move through it, but when you put so much in, your body has a reaction. Because that's what this stroke tells you. One side, I feel nothing going on. The other side, I can feel every emotion. When I think about something, when I say something like the young girl that got killed, and I'm thinking about her and I'm feeling this vibration on the right side through the stroke, but I don't feel it on the left side. So we don't feel our autonomic system. We don't really know what's going on. We don't really understand the vibrations. But we know it through our understanding of ourselves, whether we feel it or not. So things are occurring in your body, but if you live in harmony and peace, if you live through self-love, self-care, self-respect, you're going to express that expression like epigenetics. You're going to express that. And that's what we have to do. So, I just had my Earth Day, 62 years on planet Earth. So that tells me that somebody said you came here a year early because I turned 61. And that's why I say when I do something like that, that's a low vibrations coming into me talking about the year prior to actually coming through my coming through my mother, coming here. That's why I say it's 62. But I turned 61 July the 15th. It was a blessed time. So much information came down. It was free. And a lot of information came down when I interviewed Debbie on the show last week. And as I listened back to it, I heard the pauses like I hear now, because I know information is coming down, being shared to me. But like I say, family, it's time for us to really sit back and relax and get into ourselves and, awaken that ancient library that's in our body. So I woke up the other morning with love of my ancestors smiling in my heart and hear my mother say, little baby, keep sharing your life story. So I want to thank you for joining me on Wellness Wednesday as I share conscious self-health care moves, a mental observation view is essential for success, and how I am living my life like it's golden, thriving through the cellular malfunction called a stroke, drug-free, word-free, disease-free. Come and dance with me. We can shift a lot of things in your life when you get on board my friendship train to help give freedom. Do you have a wellness story you wish to share? Then join the anthology of wellness story in my Facebook group. And just go to my website, consciousselfcare.com. One S connects. It tells you everything I'm doing. It will connect you with the boycott movement by Black and Eyes Inc., Brother Muhammad O'Malley. And he's the last person to receive award for this year's celebration of Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day, which is April 30th, which April is Conscious Self-Health Care and Lymphatic Cellular Wellness Month. If we start doing that, just focusing on those things right there, everything around you is going to shift. Everything around you is going to shift. So that's why the universe gave me those days from some powerful people that has left planet Earth. They said this is how we have to do it in unison and harmony. And it starts with yourself. So emancipate yourself from that medical system and how they're teaching you and what they're saying to you. And we'll start doing better and greater things for ourselves and our community. And get back to that community love. I love the fact that I had a community growing up that a person could check me, take me to my parent. If I were to do something, but I just didn't do anything like I said, the one time I cut school and tried going up to another school and I got caught. And I'm like, the hell with that. Let me leave that alone. Let me just do what I need to do and stay down here at my school. So we got to see what we're doing and we got to wake up, family. So take those deep, deep breaths through the week and tune in with yourself. And I want to take the opportunity right now to say that not having a place, having my home stripped from me, my family home taken from me, because my mother didn't put that home in reverse mortgage. Through this plan of it, not what it looks like, that home was taken from me, like I was saying almost 4 years ago. I ain't changed nothing I said. I just bet quiet with it because they were trying to prove that Karen was kind of crazy. So Karen had to shut up to show that she wasn't. And as time went on, she was able to let more out and say more, because time shows everything. That's what history is. Their story, his story, our story. What is the true story? History shows, and it will tell you what the true story is. The same way they're showing you about medicine, what the true story is. About a lot of stuff, they're showing you what the true story is that we have to look at and we have to understand. And so, Ayo Kendi, who received the Shirley R. Davis Hardy Senior Urology Award this year based on the Emancipation Program. I'm healing in her home. She allowed me to move myself out of the home that I was in because I didn't have a home. I was living in my car because it's like nobody wanted to support Karen. Let's prove that something's wrong with her. She's living in her car. Well, you damn right. If I have a car, I can live in it and didn't have a home. Money being blocked, couldn't make a living. All those people that said that they were friends and associates of mine, down to my partner who paid for my education, who paid for me to have everything I had. When they all turn their back on what you do, you turn to yourself because it's about self-love. And Karen's parents taught her to love herself, and that's what she did. But I'm not so directed in one place, so tunnel vision that I can't accept help. So when I was going through what I was going through in that hospital, I knew I had to get out because I knew they were trying to prove something like crazy because she wouldn't let them treat them with medication. I took the hand and the support that was handed out to me from Ayo Handy Kendi. So, and we share the same birthday. So this was my message to her. Blessings to you, Ayo Handy Kendi, on this Earth Day that we shared. Thankful that you opened your home to me 7 months ago as I healed from a stroke. When I got to your house, I was barely walking, and other things were happening in my body. Being able to be in a loving environment like Positive Energy Works has given me the time to heal myself from the drugs that I allowed them to put in my body because I had to put myself in a hospital to see what was going on, but I knew I could cleanse my body from that particular drugs that they were putting into my body. Because you see, now I am walking truth to the power of self-love, self-care, self-respect, and quantum health and healing. As I am my own wellness doctor. And that's what I do on this show. Help you to become your own wellness doctor. I am grateful to you and your husband, John, for opening up your home to me because so many other people could have done it without playing games in my life like they did. Open the home up to me, charge me like $700 rent, and then put me out. And other people say I could come and stay with them. And then all of a sudden they say you got to go because this person don't want you here no more. A whole bunch of shit happened. But that's all right. I made it through it. And when you extended yourself, your home to me, you and your husband, grateful. A home that was open, your home to me to heal in a natural environment. And now you will never know that I experienced a stroke. By the way, just 7 months ago, I look or walk or talk. No more stiff arms or legs. Healing with agape love in a very short time of 7 months, and still moving forward with my life, and still people playing games with my life the whole time. Someone right in my face, still doing it to this day. But I look at them and I smile because I say, you're only creating shit for yourself. You're not for me. You ought to see how I survived these 20 years of this game. You ought to see that what you're doing is not affecting me. It's affecting you. So I will be moving on, making a way for them to assist another. As you have often done in your life, Mama Ayo Handy Kendi, the true nature of a Cancerian. One love, one community. And that's me. I'm a Cancerian, and all I know is love. And no matter what somebody does, and no matter what's going on, I still show love, and I give them love. So no more waiting for results, no more worrying what to do. Everything is at your fingertips. Just come dance with me. So visit my website. Step up out of the dark ages of disease care, become your own wellness doctor, and you got to be dancing to the rhythm of self-love, self-care, self-respect. You see, it's got a rhythm. I offer 2 of the best healthcare devices for you to take control of your own health as I have done. And when you use those devices, one, I can work with you around the world. That's why Nest shifted and made it a bioenergetic system too. And made it so easy for everybody to get a hold of it and to use it, because actually it's the truth of the vibration of life. That is the best wellness tool system I know out there. This Max Pulse, it works with the individual body, the autonomic nervous system, the cardiovascular system, what doctors use to diagnose every damn thing with and say that you are not going to survive from it unless you take their drugs, which is what doubly poison in your body. But I don't care how long you've been sick. I don't care how long you've been going through what you're going through. You can detoxify your body. It's a certain process that you have to do it in. And it's basically through building it up, not through detoxification to break organs down, because you can't get things to work correctly. I ought to know. I had to start with the brain. I had to get the stagnation from out of my face as it build up, not to let other things occur. It's a process to this. And if I can do it with a brain injury, so-called brain injury. You can definitely do it if they say you got a pancreas issue or a kidney issue or a bladder issue. You got to see the source of where everything is and where it starts, and that's how I work with you. So family and community, what I want to say to you, it's what I've been saying to you for a long time. Got to take care of yourself. The most rewarding thing you can do in these times is stop being a pawn in someone else's game. That's why I love the game of chess, even though I don't play it. It's a mental game to me, and I play it that way. Think for yourself. And most often, that is called living out of the box. And I live out of the box. Some people will only love you if you fit into their box. And somebody wanted me to fit into a box, so they played this damn game in my life, black supremacy. But when you got that real self-love, that core love, and you got the love of the universe, divine principle of life with you, this is how you move through it. And that's why I said checkmate a long time ago. I knew what was going on, but I wasn't going to argue with it nor fight with it. Because you don't fight. You don't live life like that. So family and community and friends, there's a lot going on in D.C. Hurt people. We got to show them that when you hurt, you got to take care of yourself and you got to switch that around. So I'm talking about get some armor. So I'm going to leave you with this 6-minute show, this 6-minute song that I've been loving all week, that somehow came to me through somebody wanting to be my friend. And I went and checked out their page, and I saw the song out there, and I said, well, that was your gift to me, really, was for me to see this song. And so this is a powerful song that it's all about when you focus really on yourself, too. But it's a line in it that says, you can't have my family, and you can't have my increase, and you can't have my breakthroughs. See, you can't have my family, black family, family of love, humanity. You can't take that. We got to know how to work with that. And you can't have my increase, my knowledge, my expanding, my understanding of self, how to work in the community, how to do. You can't have that. Nobody can take that from me. And you can't have my breakthrough when I realize who I am and that it's not this and it's not that and it's not a mental issue and I'm not doing that. People know what they are doing and how they are doing it. So you can't have that. I plead, it says, I plead the blood. The power is in the blood, and we know that. In the body, the power is in the blood. How well your blood is moving, how well it's nurturing your organs. And that's what it's all about. It's making sure those organs that spill that bad blood back into the circulatory system, that we got to shift that energy. So I'm talking about cellular ecology, the science of lithology. I teach that. They don't teach that anywhere. Nobody's really teaching that. Nobody's really giving people the power to understand how the body works, but that's what I do. And what activates that lymphatic system is the breath, the power of the breath. And that's why there's a connection between me and a breathologist in Washington, D.C., master breathologist Ayo Hendikendi. It's because I work with the breath. And I'm so glad that she's out there helping people breathe through things, breathe through their life and understand what's going on, because you're powering that lymphatic system and it's going to purify that body and you're going to feel better with every breath. And that's why Karen is breathing and walking in nature and earthing and doing all those things. That's real for you. That's real for the truth of who you are. So I'm going to leave you with this song, and it says, this means war. And when they say in war, I want you to think, with ascension, you restore it all. War is with ascension, higher thinking, high vibration for yourself, for your life, for your community. We can restore it all. Not by turning anybody in, not by turning our backs, no matter what people go through. We got to work in love, peace, and harmony. Thank you for tuning in, sharing this broadcast with a friend. Just type in my name, Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, Foulks, and you'll find out everything you want to know about me. Thank you for tuning in. And do share the broadcast with a friend. Play that song for me, Jamal, and family and community. Breathe and dance if you can, or dance in your mind. Thank you for tuning in. The greatest power besides love is unity, and it's called people's power. Hand without the pork. Imam Abdul Malik. He'll get on the show. He's the last one, and then we can correct that.
Time is running And you know time by time is running out. Oh, time is running out. It's true without a doubt. Time is running out. It's true without a doubt. Time is running out. Without a doubt. Time is running out. It's true without a doubt. Well, you're gonna run out of time. You're gonna run out of space. And the sure reality you're gonna have to face.
I'm telling you, you want to go out there and you want to find it. I'm going to post this on my website, but you want to go out there and This Means War is the name of the song, and type it in because it's going to help you understand a lot. It's very disappointing that it was working, but now it's not working, that it didn't come up and could end the show. Why? Because I don't like all this static the way my show ended, the way things were. But that's happened sometime, because that's that static in your life that comes in sometime, and it does this to you, and it makes people frustrated. And you can't make this stuff make you frustrated. The static that's coming in, like the static that has been coming into my life, that I didn't let it get me frustrated, because that's what people wanted. They wanted you to shift your energy. They want to put power in your life, but you don't give your power to anybody, people, places, or things. You don't give your power to anyone, because you are in control of your life. You are responsible for that. Y'all know the poem, Tune Into Yourself, that poem that I have that helps people understand how to do things. So, you want to, like, again, just type my name in. Be a part of the groups that I have on Facebook. Even though I'm coming off of social media, I'm turning most of my stuff over to a social media firm, so I can get rid of this what do you call them things? It's all with an L that sticks to the body, lease or whatever, until I pluck this shit off of me, so I can do what I need to do in the community correctly for our social media and things like that. Because what you can't touch is me, the person. And even though I got a good example now to show people, I'm getting ready to go out into the community and show you how you heal from a stroke. And when you can heal from a stroke, you can heal from anything. And you can shift your life by living in love, peace, and harmony, and not anger, and not giving your body over to anybody, not giving your power over to anybody. Because a lot of people out there is playing games in people's lives, and they don't even know it. But I'm going to show you how to see through it all, because it's not what it looks like. It's what you are creating. And that's a whole game out there. It's a whole book out there of what people do through, like I say, you want to talk about white supremacy. You better look at that black supremacy out there. People trying to control you because they are what? As some people say, all these other names that they be calling people, which I can't remember, because I don't call people's names. I don't call the situations names. You're just not being true to yourself. You're not being honest with yourself. And that's what people got to start doing, being honest with themselves and vibrating to the truth who they are, and not bringing dismay or disharmony in people's life. The doctors of the future, in closing, are here. I have personally studied and applied the science of lithology, the art of lymphocytes, for over 2 decades. I say when a person understands the power of the lymphatic system, they will treat the human body better. I also feel that there should be a lymphologist in every home and in every community. I have shared the major 7 discoveries of blood protein research and the one basic formula for life, death, and the healing process of cell life to my family and community, and I will never stop as long as I have the breath. And when I leave planet Earth, I will whisper this truth in the hearts of many, as this is what was done to me. The whispers from the ancestors that tells me how to be. Family, take care of yourself through the week and take those deep, deep breaths. And I'm going to play that song next week for you. Thank you for coming and dance with me. Wow, family, that was a great show. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in to the Conscious Self-Health Care Conversation Radio Show right here on NLA Radio. It was a pleasure having you tuning in. Now, you must tell a friend to tune in. And if you haven't called in and shared your wellness story, don't you think it's time that you help somebody with your wellness story? Call in, share your story, join the conversation. I'm Karen Khadija Davis-Foulks, and I invite you to visit my website, ConsciousSelfCare.com. Or you can just go to the number 4, the word CELLLIFE.com. Leave me some information. I would love to talk with you. And once again, I look forward to you joining us next Wednesday right here on the Conscious Self-Health Care Radio Show. It's a conversation where we uplift each other, where we share our wellness stories so we can help someone move from disease care to conscious self-health care. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to hearing from you next Wednesday.